Yeah, this one is for every woman trying to hold herself together. Every mother praying silently at night.
Hello guys,
Every
welcome
person
back.
smiling
It's Golden
outside
here.
but fighting battles
Whether
within.
you're a married man or a married woman, friendship with the opposite sex without clear boundaries can
Welcome to the
become
amazing
one
Golden
of the
Life.
biggest threats to your marriage.
Remember nights where I cry for
And the
people.
scary part is that
Thank God for
most
love
people
like
don't see
this.
it coming.
People see
They
scars
think
but they
they are
forget
too matured,
how much pain
too
we went through in life.
responsible, too
Oh,
spiritual,
life no easy, I
too
know that.
disciplined until
Sometimes you
feelings
laugh,
get involved.
sometimes you cry.
Let's talk about it.
Sometimes the people where you
Imagine
love the
this.
most believe
A
your
married
family like
woman
home.
starts talking to a
But
male
if they
colleague
wake
at
up
work.
every
Nothing
morning,
serious.
you thank God
They
for
discuss
life.
work, they laugh, they share ideas.
My children wish me
Everything
well.
seems
Uncle say better days
innocent,
still
of
dey
course.
come. I learned a
Then
lot from
one day
failure.
she has an
Sometimes strength
she
na
has an
weakness.
argument with her husband.
Sometimes strength na
Instead of
weakness.
talking to her husband,
Woman wey no dey
she
fall
talks to her
back.
male friend.
And if you
He
see me
listens, he
cry,
understands, he
you go
comforts her.
know say
She
e
feels
dey
better.
right.
The next
After
time
wetin life don
she
do
has
you,
another issue at
no
home,
lose yourself
she
for
goes back
life to
to him.
survive. This na
Slowly,
blessing
the
God
emotional connection
no be
grows,
luck
not
oh.
because she planned it, not because
Sometimes even
she
when
woke
you
up and
down,
decided
you
to
still
destroy her
rise in
marriage.
the dark
It
night.
happened gradually, one conversation at a time,
Together we grow
one
stronger.
complaint at a
Life
time,
challenges
one
come
emotional
our way,
moment
and we
at a
still
time.
thank
Now
God.
let's flip it. A married man becomes too close to a female friend, maybe an old classmate, maybe a colleague, maybe someone from church, maybe an online friend. At first, it is harmless. Then she starts checking up on him. She asks, "How are you doing?" She remembers details about his life. She compliments him. She listens when he complains about life. Soon he begins looking forward to their conversations. Then one day he notices he is telling her things he has never told even his wife. That is where danger starts. Not in the bedroom, not in the hotel room, not in a secret meeting. Danger starts when emotional intimacy begins shifting from your spouse to somebody else. One thing many married people fail to understand is this. Affairs don't usually begin with physical attraction. Many begin with emotional attachment. The heart gets involved first, the body follows later. This is why some people wake up one day and genuinely wonder how they ended up in a situation they never planned. It started with friendship without boundaries. Now, before somebody gets angry in the comment section, let me clarify. I'm not saying married people should hate the opposite sex. That is impossible. You will work with them, you will interact with them, you will do business with them, of course. You will go to church with them, you will have neighbors, you will have acquaintances. That is normal. The problem is not interaction, the problem is intimacy without boundaries. If your spouse becomes uncomfortable with a friendship you have with someone of the opposite sex, do you immediately become defensive or do you genuinely examine the situation? Because sometimes we dismiss our spouse's concern too quickly. We say, "You are insecure, you don't trust me, you are controlling." But sometimes your spouse can see danger before you do, especially with women. Women can sense danger from 1,000 miles ahead. Sometimes they notice emotional closeness that you have become blind to. One thing I have observed in life is that many people underestimate attraction. They think attraction only happens when someone is physically beautiful. This is absolutely not true. People become attracted through proximity, through familiarity, through constant communication, through emotional connection, through vulnerability. The more access you give somebody to your emotions, the more likely attachment becomes. Human beings are emotional creatures. Nobody is completely immune. Nobody. I remember hearing a married woman saying something very interesting. She said, "I never intended to fall for another man. He was just my friend." Because almost nobody plans these things. People don't wake up one morning and say, "Today I want to destroy my marriage." It happens little by little. The friendship becomes deeper day after day. The conversations become more personal. The emotional dependency becomes stronger. Then one day, feelings appear. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Secrecy. The moment you start hiding conversations from your spouse, something is wrong. Maybe you delete the messages. Maybe you lock your phone. Maybe you quickly switch screens when your spouse walks in. Maybe you don't mention that person's name anymore. Why? Because deep down, you know there is a boundary being crossed. Healthy friendships don't require secrecy. And can we be honest? Some people enjoy the attention. Maybe your spouse is busy. Maybe marriage has become routine. Maybe life is stressful. Then somebody else comes along. They compliment you. They laugh at your jokes. They make you feel special. They make you feel seen. Suddenly, you find yourself emotionally attached. Not because your spouse is terrible, but because you allowed another person into a space that should have belonged to your spouse and your spouse alone. Marriage requires protection. The same way you lock your doors at night, the same way you protect your money, the same way you protect your children, you must protect your marriage at all times because, of course, anything can happen at any time. And protection sometimes means avoiding situations that look innocent but can become dangerous later. Some people say, if you trust your spouse, boundaries are unnecessary. I disagree. Trust and boundaries work together. Even responsible people need boundaries. In fact, responsible people create boundaries because they understand human nature. A man, a married man, should ask himself, would I be comfortable if my wife had this exact friendship with another man? The same frequency of calls, the same private conversations, the same emotional closeness, the same late night chats. Would I be comfortable? If the answer is no, then maybe the friendship needs re-evaluation. The same applies to married women. If your husband had a female friend exactly like your male friend, would you genuinely be comfortable? What would honestly make you uncomfortable? When you become emotionally close to someone outside your marriage, you may start comparing them to your spouse. Your spouse becomes the boring one, the difficult one, the imperfect one, while the friend becomes the understanding one, the easygoing one, the exciting one. But what you fail to realize is that you are comparing reality to fantasy. Your spouse is sharing real life with you. Bills, children, responsibilities, stress. Meanwhile, the friend only sees the best version of you. That comparison is unfair. Marriage thrives on emotional investment. The more energy you pour into somebody else, the less energy remains for your spouse. Relationships are like plants. What you water grows, what you neglect begins to die. If all your emotional energy is going to another person, don't be surprised when your marriage starts feeling empty. Let me say this clearly. But every friendship needs boundaries. Healthy boundaries, clear boundaries, respectful boundaries, boundaries that protect the marriage because every marriage needs protection, not boundaries that test the marriage. A friendship should be more emotionally intimate than your marriage. Your spouse should not be competing with another man or another woman for your attention. Your spouse should not feel like a third wheel in their own marriage. Your spouse should not be wondering while somebody else knows more about your daily life than they do. Life is already complicated enough. Why intentionally create opportunities for confusion? Why create situations that can easily lead to temptation? Why play with fire and hope you never get burned? The strongest marriages are often built by two people who respect boundaries. Not because they are weak, not because they are insecure, but because they understand that protecting something valuable requires wisdom. So if you're married, take an honest look at your friendships. Is this friendship helping my marriage or hurting it? Would I behave the same way if my spouse were sitting beside me? Am I hiding anything? Am I emotionally dependent on this person? Have I crossed lines that I would never want my spouse to cross? Those are questions worth asking. Every marriage deserves respect. Every marriage deserves intentional effort. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do for your marriage is to create healthy boundaries with people outside of it. Because marriages rarely collapse overnight, they often collapse one small compromise at a time, one hidden conversation at a time, one emotional attachment at a time, one boundary at a time. And by the time people realize what happened, the damage has already been done. All right, guys, we have come to the end of today's video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Turn your post notification buttons to be notified every time I post a new video. Click on the like button to give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends, your family, whoever that you think that needs to see this video. Bye for now, and I will see you in my next video.
Your children will thank you. Your story will inspire somebody, and your pain will not be wasted. This is the Amazing Golden Lifestyle.